Everybody, give Charlie a couple of minutes.
Okay, my name is Charlie Atkinson, and I am thrilled to be here. I came here from 4 years ago when I'm sitting on the back terrace of my house, and I got bitten by a mosquito. 1 week later, I was in a coma, paralyzed, respiratory failure, and enteral feeding. And in 4 months, they told me I wasn't going to make it. And I've had a life that was involved with humanity, studying English lit at Harvard, technology, teaching artillery gunnery at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and creativity, working on creativity for B.F. Skinner. That led to a career where we got very much involved with IBM along the way as a competitor to products that I built, as business partners for IBM. A lot of work on learning space, and now I'm recovering from this West Nile virus, and I've formed a company a nonprofit called the Whole Brain Foundation. Our mission is to realize that we've gone from the Paleolithic to the agricultural to the industrial to the digital age, and we're now moving into a conceptual age. And I've used this whole brain model that I learned about when we founded a company called the Whole Brain Corporation back in '83 to build a graphical user interface, a three-dimensional way of looking at the mind by creating a graphical user interface, an architecture to connect humanity to technology to creativity over time. I call it Charlie's Cube, I've discovered that this cube is the kind of framework that is really the operating system for the mind. And I'm looking to install this kind of operating system in the minds of 7.5 million people around the world. IBM is using the whole brain model with 100,000 people, based on Ned Herman and the Herman International, that has continued on as I've gone to work on what I'm doing. And so I see an opportunity I've just heard about with the MacArthur Foundation that has a $100 million prize for any organization, not an individual, not a social group, not a political group, and certainly not a civilizational group, but an organization, profit or non-profit. And even though we're just getting started, we believe we have the answer for a way to think about your own mind, how to think about all the people you know, how to think about how to organize all the technology so that you have it in your mind and not just in the computer, not just in a book. But and I call this
a remapping it's like a remapping in a way of how
it's a visual mapping, which I'm here tonight because of Evan Kurzweil, whom I met on.
Evan, hold on. Where's Evan? Is he still around?
Yeah. Right here.
There he is. Look at that, guys. I mean, you gotta understand here, just a shout out to Christina. One of the things that's value here in the industry on the other side, but is the people connection here. Well, thank you, Evan, for bringing this young man to our audience, okay? This is incredible.
It was through Evan Kurzweil, whom for some reason I saw one of his many graphical pictures on, and I said, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he does. That's right.
And in fact, one of the things influenced how I was going to write my plan to focus on 5 objectives and limit it to them, which is what I'm working on now.
Pretty incredible, huh, Chris?
And
Evan?
when I realized that I could do all this, I'm happy to be here, and I hope we can continue this, and I want to work with IBM, and at 80, my future is ahead of me, and so is yours.
Absolutely. I welcome you. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. Guys like you to make it all take and make it happen. Thank you. Congratulations, and I'm glad you covered and you're here to help to share and really, I really welcome your thought and insight. It's a tremendous thing.
It took a long and winding road, and it takes a lot of suffering to get the wisdom at the point when you're barely able to share it. But the technology that IBM has and the people connections that this kind of meeting has, and sharing it so that everyone in the world can be creative, use technology, and get to know everybody more productively, and not just get overwhelmed by the too much downloading and too much overloading of the information superhighway.
Hear, hear. Thank you. You're going to be a patron saint of Heart of Business. Thank you very much, Sean. Welcome.